By 2026, proficiency with AI has evolved from an experimental shortcut into the default setting for student life. The primary challenge in this environment is a breakdown in operational logic, applying the same tool to every distinct academic task, regardless of the output required. Throwing a deep research prompt into a basic conversational chatbot produces very different results than using an engine built specifically for securing citations or a platform designed for visual presentations. Grabbing the wrong tool forces you to spend hours fixing hallucinations or correcting formatting errors, which wastes time and limits the quality of your final submission. This academic bottleneck diagram maps out a typical workflow, starting from the moment you receive a new assignment. The first path is research and fact-finding, where you track down raw data and secure your primary citations. Then comes synthesis and studying, the cognitive work of reading material, taking notes, and committing concepts to memory. Finally, there is drafting and output, where you format what you've learned into a final essay, report, or slide deck. Automating every step of this workflow removes the active recall and critical thinking needed to actually master the subject matter. Maximizing academic ROI requires building a targeted AI stack, a specific set of tools that function as an assistant for these workflows, rather than a total replacement for the learning process. This comparison matrix evaluates which tools solve specific bottlenecks without compromising your studies. We've mapped out 8 of the most effective free tools. Phase 1 covers ideation and drafting. ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot are optimized for this phase, generating initial outlines. These tools provide breakdowns of complex topics, helping you move from a blank page to a structured plan in minutes. However, because these tools prioritize plausible-sounding language over strict factual accuracy, every claim they generate requires independent verification. That brings us to the research and verification phase. For academic research, Perplexity functions differently than a standard search engine by focusing on sourced evidence. Perplexity delivers direct answers that are tethered to explicit source references and footnotes. This approach requires you to read the provided sources to maintain academic rigor. While generalist tools let you brainstorm, you need specialized research tools to secure the citations that anchor your final work. Once the research is gathered, we move into Phase 3, synthesis and deep studying. This is where NotebookLM acts as a closed-loop synthesizer, analyzing only the information you explicitly provide. You upload personal lecture notes, PDFs, and specific study materials to create a localized knowledge base. This closed-loop process generates practice questions based strictly on your curriculum, drastically reducing hallucinations. These systems are useless without gathering high-quality source documents first. Now for Phase 4, the final polish and output delivery. Grammarly refines drafts into clear prose by checking style, tone, and grammar. Canva translates concepts into slides without requiring design experience. Specialized tools like Duolingo also fit into this phase, providing a closed-loop environment for language practice. Relying too heavily on finishing tools is a critical mistake. Accepting every suggested edit homogenizes your writing and hides your personal voice. Using default AI designs results in generic presentations. You must take the time to customize them. These tools polish existing work. They don't create it. A final product still requires the verified input you developed in earlier phases. Effective academic strategy in 2026 relies on a suite of specialized AI assistants rather than a single conversational platform. This AI stack blueprint shows exactly which tools to bookmark based on your specific academic needs. For the time-poor optimizer managing a massive reading list, NotebookLM is the primary tool for managing curriculum-specific synthesis. This profile should avoid using ChatGPT for summarizing external texts to ensure the summaries remain accurate to the source material. The academic researcher should lead with Perplexity for source-backed answers and avoid relying on Gemini for hard facts until citations are secured. The polisher and creator uses ChatGPT strictly for structural outlines before pivoting to Grammarly and Canva for the actual execution. The most successful students use these tools to organize information faster, which creates more time to actually master the core concepts. AI serves as a powerful study assistant, but the student remains the executive responsible for the final logic and learning.